Hello everybody, my name's Johnny and this little git is called Stitch. A few nights ago he decided to jump out of a window from the first floor, bounced off a bin and then decided to stay outside all night. We searched for him, we looked everywhere, we offered food, nothing. I got completely scared out of my wits end, worried he was going to get run over or stolen, that kind of thing. So for most of the night I kept waking up, poking my head outside, couldn't see him. Eventually at 5 o'clock in the morning I see this black little git zoom straight past our front door. I jump out of bed, run downstairs, have a treat just by the door just in case, and finally get him. He looks at me like he doesn't recognise me, but eventually I grab him, bring him in, and yeah. I don't trust you. I really still don't trust you. And then today, I let Lilo, our other cat, our older cat, who I thought I could trust, out into the garden. She usually just lays around, you know, just sunning and all that stuff. But today, she decided to jump the fence and go for a walk. I noticed this just as she was about to jump, and I literally grabbed her and clawed her back. She did not like that. They're both indoor cats. We let them out into the garden a bit, but they're indoor cats, so whenever they try to escape, dear God, I fear for their lives. So anyway, I'll get you some later. So anyway, I thought I'd just put up a video for ideas about how you could get your lost cat back, and hopefully this helps, but don't take... No, you're not going outside. So hopefully this will help you. Don't take it as a definitive. Obviously do your own research. And yeah, well, let's begin. No! Don't fall off. What are you doing? Hey! Don't bite me. Right, anyway, let's start this. So, first things first. Try not to worry. I know that's easier said than done. Personally, I was freaking out all night and kept waking up when Stitch had gone. But cats do have a homing instinct. Even if they're indoor cats, they still know where home is. Now, this all depends on factors like microchips, collars with numbers in, or whether you've just moved homes. But over 80% of cats are found. Indoor cats generally return home within 3 days, and approximately 75% of cats that are lost usually are close to home, roughly about 500 yards or so, and usually come home within a week. Whilst that is not the most ideal news, it is reassuring that chances are your cat will return home soon. Secondly, I know it sounds obvious, but search your house and garden if you have one. I know it sounds simple, but cats are clever and inquisitive creatures. When we had Lilo, we had her for over a year before she discovered that part of the cupboard in the kitchen moves, and she decided to hide underneath the kitchen counter. We had no idea where she was, and she was there for about half a day before she decided to make her presence known, mostly because she was hungry, and she locked herself in there. Look in all their usual hiding places, but also check other places where you wouldn't expect them to be, so like under garden decking, wedged behind the fridge, or just sleeping inside a vent somewhere. Like we've got a vent in the kitchen where we live now, and yeah, it just popped straight off. Found Stitch in there before just having a rest. So you just believe me, they can get anywhere they want to. And also remember to have treats ready and to rustle any packaging you have to try and entice them out, or at the very least have them meow so you know where they are. Thirdly, try that again without the squeaking. Thirdly, check the immediate area outside where you suspect they escaped from. For example, our Stitch has escaped out the kitchen window twice before. However, as soon as he was outside, he immediately got scared and hid under our neighbour's bush until we grabbed him. If where you live has a lot of bushes and hiding places nearby, then that is actually good news, as escaped cats are far more likely to be closer to home if they can hide just outside. If it's night time, then it will be quite difficult to find them. We searched for Stitch close until about midnight before we finally gave up. We couldn't even see, we were hoping to see at least the torch light reflecting in his eyes, but nothing. However, nighttime does have its advantages. There's far less noise pollution at night, so your cat should be able to hear you from further away. 4. Look further afield. Check the neighbourhood. Perhaps your cat has just wandered off for a little bit of an explore. Start off at the end of the street, for example, and begin calling their name out, along with rustling any treats you have. Then slowly start walking back home. Just in case they do start following you, you do not want to be leading them further from home, so start from far away and work your way home back slowly. If you make any special noises when it's usually feeding time, then also make them. For example, we go kss, 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 and that is an alarm bell to them for food. Social media. There are several cat rescue groups and lost cat pages just in our area alone. Social media can be a powerful tool in finding your feline. Make sure you have a clear photo of them, the more the better, and hopefully from multiple angles, so as to increase the likelihood that someone will recognise them. Describe where they escaped from, where you think they could be. Ask people to check their garden sheds, their garages, etc. Give the cat's name, their personality, what they're like, whether they would accept food from strangers, and also, most importantly, a way to contact you. Following on from social media, also put posters up in your immediate area and phone around. Again, best photo you have of them, their name, description, whatever relevant information you think would help. Also phone the local vets and anybody you know that lives nearby, even cat rescue shelters, as plenty of cats are picked up by them, sometimes even before you know they're missing. 7. Think logically about their habits. If your cat has been out all night, then start thinking about what they usually do at what times. When do they usually wake up and start demanding food, for example? Personally, I wake up between 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, pretty much every day, to feed them. Because they start either meowing straight in my face or meow at the doors, like, come on, wake up, both of you, get up. We personally put a small box outside with one of their blankets in, something that smelled like home to try and attract them back. Just something that would help attract a lost kitty home. It doesn't have to be a blanket, it could be one of their favourite toys, bedding, something like that. We also put a small bowl of food out at night, again, just to try and attract them back. And after I recaptured Stitch, only then did I notice that half of the food had been eaten. So, it did seem to help. 8. Set up some form of trap for them. And no, I do not mean a bear trap, although sometimes when they escape, I really wish I had one. I mean a humane trap, something that will entice them in with food, but once they're close enough and inside, it will trap them long enough for you to reappear and bring them home. 9. If or when you do notice them, don't go running directly at them shouting their name. Even if they love you, you charging directly at them whilst calling their name is more likely going to startle them and make them run away and get lost even further. And then finally, number 10, once they have finally been returned, check them over, depending on how long they've been out. If it's just one evening, that should be okay. But if it's been close to a week, it might be worth visiting the vets. If they're not microchipped, then get it done ASAP and make sure you keep your information updated. However, the best solution would be a GPS collar. Some of the best ones update the position every 2 to 3 seconds, but remember that they also have to be charged every week or so, otherwise they become useless. Ensure, however they escaped, is blocked off or fixed. For example, we no longer allow our cats near windows, not unless the chicken wire electric fence that surrounds our house is activated, and if they hit it, they know about it. Anyway, I hope this helps out. I know I'm not the best speaker, but hopefully some of this helps. But again, do your own research. I'm sure I've missed stuff. Check the comments. If you've got any ideas of your own, put it in a comment to help others. Have a good day, and I hope you find your cat soon. Bye.